What is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. So as you know, we've been doing a renovation project on our new RV. It is a 2015 Keystone Cougar and it is great, but if you've been following along, there's some ups and downs with this renovation because we've been finding some things that RV1 did not tell us about, and if you don't know who RV1 is, that's who we purchased the RV from. So I wanted to do this video, show you guys behind the scenes of us renovating this thing as we've been doing. And if you haven't been watching those episodes, please go back and watch some of the other ones here, or I might put it there, not sure. But the first tip that I'm going to give you guys when purchasing a used RV from anywhere is to know that the salesmen are honest, but they also lie by omission. And if I go into a little bit of detail on that, there's just some things they're not going to tell you unless you ask. So you'll go through the RV, they'll take you through the tour, they'll show you all the cool features, like it has a radio, it has cool sensors on the tanks, you got this cool lifting bed, all the cool, you know, bells and whistles that your RV could have. But there are some things that are not going to tell you unless you ask. And so that's actually going to get into my next tip. But before I get into that next tip, let's go see what everyone else is doing inside of the RV right now. Also, if you haven't yet, don't forget to leave a comment on this video within the first 3 minutes of us uploading, because then you can win cool prizes like this Tool t-shirt, this Tool t-shirt, this cool t-shirt. Let's go with cool t-shirt. Let's go see what they're doing.
Good morning, Paradise Crew. Today is the beginning of week 4 of this renovation journey. I wanted to give you some updates. So first of all, it is 10:35. We've been working for maybe an hour already. And my plan for today was we bought this wallpaper. It's a peel and stick wallpaper. It actually looks really nice. And we are going to line the back of this, and we are going to use it as our headboard, hopefully. One, it's lighter, and two, it was probably the cheapest option. So we were going to put like some sort of wood planks, and they were like, you know, $9 each or whatever, but we found this wallpaper on Amazon, link in the description. It was $24, I think, per roll. I got 2 rolls, and it should be great. I'm also painting more, so this is what I did this morning. I forgot all about underneath of the bed, and because our bed set will still show that, I wanted to paint that. So I've already sanded and wiped it down, so I'm waiting for it to dry before I go ahead and put the primer on. And Daddy-O in here is working on the shower.
Getting ready to put tile on in a couple minutes.
Look how nice that looks. So that tile is going up there. So that's what we got going on today. Hopefully I can get something else done. Oh, I also bought board, little, I don't know what it's called, trim board, don't know. Anyhow, I'm gonna make a really cool design on this door and on these doors. So I bought that stuff yesterday. Maybe I'll start measuring that and see how big the pieces need to go. That was a fun experience. I went to Home Depot and I bought, like, I just pulled them off of the wall there, and they were long, but I had no idea how much they were in feet. And I got to the checkout and she's like, these are 13 feet, is that okay? And I said, sure, why not? And I tried to put it in the back of the truck and it's still stuck 5 feet out of the side of the truck. Anyhow, fun stories, but we are going to continue to get this stuff done because we're now at 2.5 weeks before the wedding. If we want to get out, we're going overtime.
Hey, hey, hey. What do you say?
Hi.
How you doing in here?
I'm doing okay. Sorry, this got wet somehow. Anyhow, take a look at that.
Ooh.
What did you think?
Oh, that looks nice. That looks good. Ooh.
Careful.
Stepped on something, guys. So Alyssa is putting, what is this called?
Wallpaper.
Wallpaper. Where originally we were going to do some sort of cool backsplash, but it's going to be a wallpaper, and it looks pretty good. So if you're interested in this wallpaper, I think we can link it in the description box below.
I already told them we got it from Amazon, and it's already linked in the description box. If you were here, you would have known that.
My bad.
Okay, that's gonna be a challenge.
What happened now?
There's just all of these little, it doesn't go straight, so I'm gonna have to cut around it. And then I had to do the same thing for these, which that wasn't fun either. But it looks like it's easier than it is.
You already give them an update on the radio?
No, it stopped working.
Guys, the radio has stopped working again. So I have to make room in this garage for our gym equipment over there. And the reason why I have to do that is because tomorrow is supposed to rain, which is going to put a little bit of a damper on our renovation tomorrow. But once I make room in here, we'll put all that gym equipment in here so it doesn't rain on the gym equipment, making it rusty, hence defeating the purpose of us getting new gym equipment in the first place, because then we wouldn't be able to use it because it'd be all gross and rusty. Anyway, number 2, you guys are looking for the second thing you should look for before purchasing a used RV, and probably a RV in general, is asking more questions. And not just any questions, I'm talking about leading questions, things that probably wouldn't even be reasonable, because some of the stuff that we didn't ask questions for is, you know, how long has the radio worked? So Alyssa told you earlier, and I showed it earlier, the radio's broken. And so when they tested that said radio, we didn't think to ask, does it short? Has it gone out before? Are there any issues that the previous owner experienced before submitting this RV? What did it look like on your inspection before putting it on the lot? Because we know that they went through some sort of inspection process before selling this RV to us. At least I'd hope that's what they did. But something that really stuck out to us was the water tanks, or the sensors for the water tanks. And if you don't know what that is, that's the black tank and the gray tank and that stuff. When she showed us the sensors for the water tanks working, she's like, yep, and your water tanks are working. And being first time RV buyers, we didn't think to ask, cool, are the sensors cleaned? Are there anything in the tanks? Is there anything that the previous owner shared with you that would lead us to believe that the tank sensors may be working, or maybe working, but the tank sensor inside the actual tank may be broken, giving us the appearance that our tanks are full? Because right now, our tanks are always full, which means there's something blocking the sensor. Another leading question you could ask is, has there been any shortages inside of the RV? All sorts of things we've been running into. When I think about it, when we first drove off the lot with that new RV, the used one, our LCI, and that's the leveling control screen inside of our RV that kind of levels the RV, letting you know if it's balanced and stuff like that whenever you decide to set up shop and camp. That screen gives us an indicator of how level we are, and we can like adjust the fronts and the left or the right and the back, the rear, stuff like that. But as soon as we started to use that LCI, the very next day it broke, which lets me know that it's probably done that before. And I wish that's something they would have told us, that, hey, you may experience issues with the LCI. We can fix that before you drive off the lot with it. But we didn't ask a lot of questions. We just saw the RV that we liked. They give us a pretty sick deal on it, and we decided to drive off. But I need to clean this garage. I really do. But that's the second tip. Make sure you ask a bunch of questions. Lots of questions. Oh, one more question. Sorry, my bad. Also, if you've purchased an RV before, or you've purchased a used, previously owned RV, please let the first-time RV buyers that are just getting into this or watching this video, let them know some cool questions or very informative questions to ask in the comment section below. Like, seriously, whatever question that you think is important, because we didn't know. We just kind of went in, asked as many things that we thought we should know, but we certainly missed some items, and we have some major issues in there, like the holes in the wall behind the couch that we didn't know exist, because they didn't tell us that, hey, there's holes in the wall behind the couch. But we didn't ask, are there any holes in the RV? You wouldn't think to ask that, but apparently you should ask, are there any holes, water damage? Let the rookies know below. We're still rookies, so we don't know what to ask, but please. You get it. You get it.
Won't you stay? I got plans for you. Don't be late. Come away with me for the day. They can say what they want, just let them hate. Oh, it's just you and me. Maybe this is how it's supposed to be. This love is taking over.
Welcome back. We missed you.
Oh, I'm back.
What's new in your neighborhood?
Nothing too much new. Trying to get this all done so that it can be grouted next. All is going okay. We'll have some grout around it, trimming it up good, and then a few trim pieces, vinyl trim pieces to finish it all off. And then we'll be ready to hang the shower rod after it's all grouted. And before long, you'll be taking a shower here.
Hey. So this is like a wax on technique.
Yes.
No waxing off, because this is what makes these cool little
mortar.
rocks. What's that called?
This is the tile mortar. Thin
Tile.
set. And I got the white as opposed to the gray, since everything's white and so nothing would show through.
Alright guys, check out the bathroom. Look at that shower. So Papa Jeff knocked that out. So butcher block, vessel sink, stone wall, shower walls. Let us know what you think about stones, rocks in the shower, in the RV, going 60 miles per hour up the highway, bumping up and down on the roads. Will they fall? Will they stay? Will they crack? Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z. I'm just kidding. Alright, so guys, Alyssa also finished up the wall in here.
I think it looks so nice.
Look at it. So Alyssa has finished the wall in here. And Alyssa, you are a rock star.
Thanks, honey.
Rock star.
You helped because that piece was hard.
You know, it's an honest man's work. It ain't much. So
I appreciate you holding it for me.
So look at that. So everything is coming together. I like it. So what do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below. Alyssa's wrapping it up here, and I think I have one more tip for you guys, or at least one more thing that we learned from buying our RV for the very first time. Lessons we learned. So let's go talk about that. Alright guys, so one of the last tips I'm going to give you before you purchase a used RV, or one of the mistakes that we made, was we didn't wait on it long enough. Something that we should have done is waited like 48 to 72 hours on this price. There's something that they use in sales. It's these little one-liners that you may be familiar with. It's awesome. Let me go talk to my manager. Another one is, this is a great price. This is the best I can do. Another thing we heard was, hey, if you like this price right here and you sign this right here, I can lock it in at this price. It's a great price. And you get anxious and you're like, yeah, no, if this is the best you can do, I'm gonna sign right here, kind of just locking me in at this price, when really they could probably go a little bit lower. And if you pay attention to the first two tips, which is the second one, asking tons of questions, leading questions, and finding things that are wrong with the RV, and one, knowing that, you know, they lie by omission, even though they're honest, you'll find out that there's a lot of work, lots of stuff you got to put into that RV. Something, for example, was we found a kink inside of the RV, the hose to the shower and to the toilet, which is not good. So Alyssa's dad did fix the kink, but that's money that does come out of your pocket, and unless you have a skilled contractor like, you know, Alyssa's dad that builds homes and sees these issues well in advance before you even get on the road, you're gonna have to fix those things. So knowing that you're gonna have to fix stuff and them dropping the line, this is the best I can do, you know they can do better, and then they should be able to drop that price so that money doesn't go out of your pocket, but it can go into them fixing the RV, or you fixing the RV, saving your money. That way the price gets even lower, because this RV, if I remember the numbers, I think it was like 26 MSRP, and then We didn't want to do that, and they dropped it down to like 22, 20, something like that. And we ended up walking away and doing another RV, which we didn't get approved for, but it was like 14K. And then they ended up matching this RV with the one we were going to get for 14K. So they brought it down from 26,000 all the way to 14K, which is freaking crazy. So that tells me that they could do even better considering all the issues that we had wrong with this. So that's a big tip. Just want to be transparent on that. So when you're looking for an RV, just know that's not the best they can do. Marinate on it for a little, maybe 48, 72 hours. And yeah, that should be helpful. One more bonus tip. So something that I wish we would have done was bring someone who had experience with RVing with us to purchase our RV with us. Now, don't get me wrong, we had a lot of help from Abraham. He's our buddy, he's our friend. Shout out to you, Abraham, if you're watching this. You came in clutch. But something that I would have done differently is I would have brought Abraham with us while we were shopping for the RV, so he could spot things that we definitely would have missed. Now, once we got the RV off the lot, we drove it home and started showing our friends and family. RV one didn't tell us that the tire had a patch on it, and I didn't think to look at the tire to see if there was a patch there. I was just so excited about the RV, but he pointed out, he goes, hey, this tire definitely has a patch on it, and I think it's leaking, because we noticed the tire was a little low. And so we called RV1 to see, hey, you know, there's a patch on this tire. No one told us about it during the inspection, wasn't disclosed. It's leaking. Is there anything you guys can do to come fix this? We'll drive back up and fix it, because we just took it off the lot. I'm talking about hours later. Like, we called, the very next morning, once we noticed it that night, called them, and they essentially let us know there's nothing they can do. So once we have the RV, that was a wrap. So be careful. Kinks in the hose, the LCI screen didn't work. There's holes in the wall from behind the couch that we didn't know they were there. The water pressure was off. The sensors to the water tank were off. There's a patch on the tire. So many things we missed. So ask questions. Just know that, you know, salesmen are honest, but they definitely lie by omission. You're gonna have to ask a lot of questions. 3, definitely sit on it a little bit longer. Make sure you can get the best price, and if there's things they gotta fix, make sure you tell them, hey, either you fix it or you bring the price down, so you know you yourself can fix it. And make sure you bring someone experienced with RVing. And if you're that experienced person that you don't think anyone needs to go with you, just bring someone along with the process and, you know, teach them something along the way. But if you've been burned in the past with buying RVs, or you have experience with RVs breaking, let me know, I guess, your horror story in the comment section below. We have an idea that this thing's gonna definitely break down a lot more, but we're prepared for that. But yeah, let the RV newbies like us, because we're still definitely considered RV newbies, you know what I mean? Let us know in the comment section below what else, you know, we should expect. But yeah, if you want to check out where this renovation process started, you can watch that right there. And as always, I'm like stuttering, I'm so tired. As always, if you dig the vibes, please subscribe, and if you care, please share. And guys, we will see you in paradise, the road to paradise. Peace.